Oh. Oh. I have a headache. The most fun thing I did today. Most fun thing that I did today was I fantasized about logging into all of my accounts and banning people that I don't like. I like I practice visualizing it in my brain. What would it be like? Okay, what steps? Okay, first I log on to YouTube. And I have to make sure my phone is on so that I could get the little two-factor question. And then I look through the comments and I search for names. Sam the Ban, Hammer Down. What else did I do that was fun today? I also read some books. That was fun. The rest of my day was not fun. I'm not depressed. I'm I'm definitely not depressed. I'm stupid. I'm struggling, but I'm not depressed. I tried to wake up as late as possible because like all the noises. I don't like people at all. So try to do that. But the bad part is that sometimes I don't get enough sleep and I have a headache, like right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to the cats in the world out there. Meow, 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 cats, I like you. I like cats only. So much better than any other species, including you. So cute. I like them so much. And yes, I will happily, merrily, joyfully, gleefully ban anyone who posts anything that's not a cat in the cat's channel. I didn't get the opportunity to do so today, but the warning. You're watching Love Talk on Monday, April 6th, 2026. This is you can't even call it a podcast. I don't know what this is. This is a daily stream where an idiot masquerading as a cat girl talks about love, life, and her personal problem, her personal daily problem. Like, I really had to pee today. I really had to pee, and I debated should I go to the restroom, do it in a cup, go to the toilet, cup. You know, when you go to the doctor's office, they make you pee in a cup, and it's not weird, but you do it once or twice at home in the privacy of your own bedroom, and like the end of the world or something. Not that big a deal. You just don't drink out of it anymore. Um, I'm not depressed. I am very miserable. I'm deeply unhappy and unsatisfied. I'm addicted to Reddit and browsing because reading, I don't even know if I could call it reading, just like scrolling through is much easier than confronting the reality that I'm a grown woman living like a teenager with even less freedoms but more responsibilities, an enormous amount of debt. I'm going to die alone. I'm never going to, you know, I'm never going to be with anyone or have a family of my own. It's too big of a risk. I don't like any people. What makes me believe that just because I shoot a person out from between my legs, oh, they're gonna grow up and I'm gonna like that person? Probably not. I'd probably be a terrible mother. Should be sterilized, but it's okay. No, don't have money and you have a lot of debt, you don't need sterilization. You just don't leave your house. Don't interact with the opposite gender. And you avoid the risk of pregnancy completely. No, immaculate conception isn't real. She was raped. And she was either raped or she knew that they would call her a whore for not being a virgin, so she lied about it. Anyway, today is Moe Manga Manhera Monday, and boy, do I want to cut myself on the wrist. I won't. I was in I was in Girl Dinner Diaries earlier today, and one person posted, instead of just one meal with one diary, they decided they were going to show all the silly girl meals they had for the entire week. And the very last image in the post was them holding a bowl of some sort. You could see the scars on their wrists. They're like puffy. And it just gave me memories. Like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And then when I was looking for the manga to recommend today, I found another one. Actually, was it I don't know, somewhere on the internet. Saw some drawing also of self harm scars, but instead of on the wrist, it was on the it was like the upper arm, like not what's this called? Armpit, but like leading. Because I know that some people prefer to cut in areas that are less visible, but I also think that won't those areas have a higher likelihood of infection? You, if you're like, you don't shower, sweat, because it's like rubbing up against. I really don't know. Okay, that's for the manga of the day. This manga is called Once Again. I picked it because it was under the Jose category and I fit the demographic. And although it's right up my alley, I feel like it would be even more relatable to the average man if I am to believe that um that the headlines are like some sort of accurate representation of man as a whole. Um I will It's about a guy who's kind of a big shot business guy working at an advertising agency company. And he was having a meeting and he gets interrupted and they say, "Sir, your wife is dead." And he's like, "Y'all heard something?" And he goes back to work. He's like, "Ah, who cares? Whatever, who cares?" And he's busy. He's on to the next thing. He treats everyone around him like objects. This is not the relatable part yet. Anyway, what does this have to do with the girl on the cover? Well, as you probably expected, this grown man um sees a female high school student on a subway and falls in love with her at first sight, yeah. And then he's like, "Oh, this can't be happening. First of all, first of all, I'm not a pedophile. Second of all, my wife just died." I won't give you any more spoilers, but it's a really short one. It's maybe like 7 or 8, 7 or 8 volumes. It's short and it's actually not. It's pretty funny. I don't know. I'm laughing because I'm remembering how like he makes an appointment with a psychiatrist, and he's like he forces the psychiatrist to sign some sort of NDA. Like, "Look, I got some shit to tell you, buddy, but we gotta make sure this information doesn't leave this room." And then after the psychiatrist signs it, he tells him what's going on, and the psychiatrist is like, "Oh, you're not a pedophile? Okay. Well, don't worry. What is it that you like about her? You just think she's pretty, right?" And then he says something like, "Well, you can always like go up to her and be nice to her, but just make sure that you wait a couple of years before you start dating or something." It's so good. It's really hilarious. Ah, it's funny because it's not supposed to be funny, by the way. Like, it's not written as a comedy, but it feels comedic because I feel like that's exactly what would happen in real life. Be honest, you're a rich adult male. If you confided in a male, like, therapist about this qualm, you think they're gonna report your ass to anybody? Depending on how rich you are, they'd be like, "Oh, you got any pictures? Can I see?" Whatever. Anyway. Question of the day today is, what's the question of today? If you could try any job for 1 week, any job in the world, any kind, illegal. No, wait, that's not what I mean. Like, I know the word job is kind of triggering. What would it be? What would you try? You could try out a job just to see, like, what job would you try out? Me personally, um, I want to know what it's like to be a convenience store clerk. Yep. Oh, that's like in a small cozy area. Like especially if the area is kind of like, especially like late night or overnight, in a place that doesn't get too much foot traffic. Yeah. Thinking like, yeah, or something. Maybe not in the US, because it's probably how you get robbed in the US. But anyway, hashtag 7-Eleven, hashtag goals. Okay. Now for the silly girl memes, even though I'm the only laughing matter in this stream. They laugh at me, laugh at my misery. What's wrong with you? A lot, actually. All of these are stolen from Silly Girl Club, and this one is very true. There's so much wrong with, and I don't have to get into it. You just gotta watch the stream a couple of times to get a pretty accurate picture of some of that. Uh-oh, DDoSing me again. They're DDoSing me again! I didn't even say anything about my childhood abuse. I didn't start talking about it yet. You don't have to DDoS me. I'm gonna end this. Anyway, I selected it well because this is really how I feel. Like, I think I could try harder, obviously. I do think I could try harder, but I am trying. I am trying to change. I am trying, but I do feel really confused and stressed. And like the name of the stream today, I feel like surrounded by obstacles and enemy. I think there's a lot of people that want to see me fail and get in my way, just like my stepdad who keeps throttling my internet connection. I stop. It has to be. And then this one, you're pretty unstable. You you think I'm pretty? I thought it was cute. Um, I'm I'm more unstable now than I was maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. What I was really thinking is that no amount of therapy or medications could ever fix me or treat. The truth is, I don't think it's that I'm unstable in a vacuum because there's something wrong with my brain. I genuinely believe that I've seen things, reality as it is for a long time, and that there's this effort, this like group effort of gaslighting to make you believe that things are gonna be fine or life is okay the way it is, whatever, whatever. Because it's like some conspiracy. Because if everyone saw the truth, then they would either give up, not procreate, kill themselves, kill someone else, etc. So I think, it's much more effective to lie to people and get them to think that, oh, it gets better. It's not that bad. Just cheer up, buddy. Just cheer up, buddy. It'll be better later. And then meanwhile, you're just a cog in the machine, a slave, the wheel. But you don't have to be a cog. You don't have to be a slave. You can always become a leech. Like me. Could be a leech on society, a drain on society. This is the thanks that they get for bringing me here against me. Well, and for today's quote by some Roman fella who invented poetry. This, what the heck is his name? Ennius. Ennius? What? Give it to Q. Quentin Ennius? I don't know his name. The good is mostly in the absence of the bad. Yup. I have a lot of opinions about this, and I'm not gonna share them with you. I'm gonna keep them to myself. But I just know I have a lot of thoughts about this quote and everything around it. So I think the sooner I start banning, the bad, the closer I'll get to the good. Ha 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 ha. Hope you had a happy Monday. I bet your Monday was better than mine. I bet you didn't debate about peeing in a cup or not peeing in a cup, unless you happen to have an appointment. Anyway, I don't love anyone. I love you. I don't love myself either. I really want to die, but alas, probably be back tomorrow. Maybe the same time. Definitely same place. I don't have any other words. I don't have any other words. I still wanna shave off all my hair. I guess shave is a euphemism. I wanna cut off all of my hair. And every time I go on Reddit in the popular tab, in the popular whatever, it always shows these posts from the bald community. And I feel like, oh, is this like, am I self brainwashed? Do I want to be bald because I use too much Reddit? I don't know. Oh no! They just, it's like a bunch of guys. Sometimes there are women with alopecia, but it's mostly a bunch of guys who are like, I was miserable then, and now I'm in the club, so I'm happier. And I just think, if I cut off all my hair, will I be happy too?